Hey guys, and welcome back. I am Sam Crack, and today I bring you a car that I found to be interesting. It was a 2016 Tesla Model X, and here we go again. Looks pretty darn good to me, but for some reason has an estimated repair cost of $78,490. That's what ERC stands for, $78,490. And the ACV is the actual cash value of $71,857. So they're basically saying there is so much damage on this car. The damage actually would cost more to fix than to replace the car at $71,857. Now, if that were the truth, do you think that the current bid would be at $33,400? Now let's take a closer look at the pictures here. If we go through, I'm going to just show them to you quickly, and then I'm going to tell you my analysis on the photos. So let's go through real quick, take a look. You guys get a good look at everything we see here on this Tesla. That interior is extremely white. I wonder how you keep that clean, although it looks pretty cool. There we go. See a little bit of fun stuff down here. Let's keep going down. 9,559 miles, again with that nice bright white interior. And there you go. This is a 2016 Model X. Here's the trunk. All right, so now that you've seen the photos, I'm going to go back. We're going to start from the beginning, and we're going to go through the analysis. Now, the first thing that I see right off the bat is the hood is popped. And anytime you see a hood popped, it could mean anything from the hood is just popped, like any hood pops on any car, and it could mean something that there's damage that's prohibiting it from closing all the way. And so in this case, when you look at the angles and where the hood lines up with the A-pillar here, it actually looks pretty good to me. I don't see any reason why that might be off. Now, I'm not there touching it in person, so I could be very wrong about that, but hey, the hood might be misaligned. We see the fenders look great. The front bumper, besides down here a little bit, looks in very good condition. And so let's continue on. I see really no problem with this, except again, now I see the trunk looks like it's popped, but let's continue looking. And again, here we see, looks like the trunk is popped. And since we think that we're going to take a real close look here, and we're going to see that everything looks, again, these corners right here line up. Down here, where it rounds out, is pretty lined up. Just to be sure, what we can do, I'll show you guys a quick trick. We'll go to Google, and we will type in 2016 Model X rear. And let's see if we can find some good pictures of a Model X in the back. So here's perfect. We'll look at this white one right here, and we'll look at that picture really large. And if you see, again, the edges all seem to match up. Let's look at those taillights. So there's a taillight on the lid, and there's also a taillight on the quarter panel here. So let's take a look and see how those line up before we keep talking. And we see that they line up perfectly. So here, this also looks like it lines up excellent. It might just be the angle that makes it look like the trunk is open. But hey, let's assume that there's something wrong with that, and we'll continue on. The interior, you can see there's absolutely no airbags popped. And of course, IAI is kind enough to tell you all the airbags are intact. So we'll continue looking at our photos. And here is where we see a little bit of damage to the lower front bumper. And let's keep going on. Nothing to see there, or there, or there. Now the last photo, I do think there is something to see. This is the front. This is the front trunk. Teslas don't have engines in the front. But what we see is all of this wiring and the bolts for the front latch. And on nicer, higher-end cars, this is always hidden. And again, what we can do is we can search for a 2006 Model X frunk. I know that sounds funny, but we'll find it. There it is right there. And you see this nice piece of plastic trim all around the sides. We'll go back to our picture here, right here, and we see the plastic trim seems to be missing down here. We can't see on the sides, but we can see above. Now, I think we've talked enough about the condition of the car, and regardless of what might be wrong or not wrong on the surface, we are going to suspect that there's a little bit of paint damage down here. We're going to suspect that maybe the hood isn't closing correctly, and maybe also the trunk. Nothing else we can see from the photos. But let's look at what IAA tells us. They say it's a collision lost in the left rear. So here's our left rear photo. I do not see any damage in the left rear. There might be some small paint scuffs there, but I have no clue how the left rear might damage anything else. And of course, they zoomed in on the front right, so that is all very strange, but let's keep going. Secondary damage is the suspension. Now, of course, suspension on a Tesla could be costly. And I'm looking here, usually when you see problems with air suspensions or adjustable suspensions, they'll sag in one corner. You'll see a wheel tilted the way it shouldn't. You know, rear wheels don't turn like your front wheels do. So you could see a rear wheel tilted. Let's assume that there's a problem with this left rear suspension. That would be an expensive component to replace. We're talking a few $1,000s. And let's look, 9,500 actual miles. Vehicle starts with a jump, which a lot of people thought that was odd last time I did a Tesla video. From the research I've done, I believe if you deplete the battery completely, which is obviously what happens when these cars sit at salvage yards, the battery will go dead. You have to give it some sort of jump, or you have to plug it into the wall. So I think that's why they're classifying it as vehicle starts with a jump. And the key fobs are present with a spare tire missing. I don't know if these Teslas come with spare tires. That's something I am not sure about. But I want to come back to the estimated repair cost of $78,490. How do you have a car like this, a 2016 Tesla Model X, in this condition that we've now seen in the photos? We know that the vehicle starts with a jump. But what they're saying is that they didn't say it runs and drives. So if the battery is completely depleted, maybe we have a problem with the battery system in the car. Again, I'm wondering how we get to this estimated repair cost of $78,490. Without going too in depth, in my last video, which you'll find a link right above, I blame the Tesla approved body shops. As Teslas are in high demand and there's not a lot of excess parts to fulfill repair orders. So you must order them through Tesla approved body shops, and you also must get them repaired at these body shops. Now, again, in previous videos, I've gone into depth about sensors and things of that nature. If you'd like to reference those videos, I'll put them in the description below, and you'll also see them at the end of this video. Now that we've discussed the white Model X, I just want to give you some quick context. I pulled up another 2017 Tesla Model X, and this one is also a 90D like the other model. I mean, the biggest difference that we're going to see here is that this is a 2017. The last one we looked at is a 2016. This one it doesn't even tell you the miles because the vehicle won't start. And what we're going to do is open up the photos here and take a look. So obviously a vehicle that is substantially more damaged. We see the curtain airbag, the dashboard airbag has deployed. Anytime this dashboard airbag deploys, that is a lot of labor, and they bill a lot for that because they actually have to remove the entire dashboard out of the car. We see the wheels are likely destroyed. The tires are definitely destroyed. The front end, the side, the rear suspension. This car is literally demolished. Look at this back rear corner. I mean, the entire undercarriage is obviously trashed. All the airbags went off. Knee airbags. Here's the driver's side steering wheel. I mean, this car, you can see this front frame rail looks like it's shifted over to the passenger side a little bit. This is the dashboard that is not turning on. Obviously, again, underneath the car is probably so smashed, the batteries are probably damaged. Look at here, the hood is stuck. Is usually what that means when it says hood like that. So this black 2017 Model X is in substantially worse shape, and look at the estimated repair cost. Same model car, just a year newer. Actual cash value $93,401, likely because the year newer, $93,401. The estimated repair cost right here, $64,068. It's actually less than our white Model X at $71,000. Now, our black Tesla, just so you see here, the IAI has told us every single airbag has deployed, has damage on the left and the right side. The primary damage is the front end. Inoperable digital dash, the vehicle won't start. And yeah, this is a car that will be used for parts. It is severely damaged, and I would assume due to how bad the suspension is, the batteries probably carry an issue underneath as well. And just to put things in perspective one other way, this is a tough comparison, but a lot of the auto magazines do this. A lot of the auto bloggers, they compare a Mercedes S-Class to a Tesla. Now, again, we're talking about a Model X, so obviously this is a different car. I understand that, but similar price range. These Mercedes start about $100,000, go all the way up to $200,000, and they're kind of the premier luxury cars. So here's a 2016 Mercedes-Benz S550. It has an actual cash value of $92,898, very similar to our black Tesla. And it has an estimated repair cost of, again, $63,821. Now we look at this car, and yeah, it's in bad shape. This will also likely be used as a parts car. These cars are, like a Tesla, expensive to fix. I think the parts are more readily available, a little bit easier, but there's just so much work involved in fixing a car like this. And I wanted to show you, look at the damage here. Now let's look again at this white Tesla. It sold for over $50,000 during the auction, so I'd imagine that somebody placed their hands on it and saw that it was a good car to buy and rebuild. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions, please be sure to comment below. Just feel free to send me a message here on YouTube. And also make sure you're subscribed. By the end of this week, I hope to make a very big announcement for the channel, and we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you very soon.